Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting with the next topic, that is cubic equation. Okay, so algebra, we have done quite a few of topics and only three topics are left. Those are cubic equation means this video, there will be next video on logarithm, and there will be the third video on set theory. So these topics are left, and this is an important announcement. If you go to the Telegram channel now, you will see a PDF of all the questions of algebra from CSET paper 2021 and 2022. Okay. So once our algebra topics are over, we are going to do that PDF, means the previous year questions of 2021 and 2022 from the topic algebra. So it's a good time you download that PDF from the channel, try to solve the question on your own for the next few days till the video comes out. When the video comes out, you check out and match your solution, right? So that's all. That was an announcement from our side. Now starting with cubic equation. So I think by now you understand what linear equation is. Linear equation means the power of x is 1. Then we have quadratic equation, power of x is 2. Now we have cubic equation. So what exactly is cubic equation? A cubic equation is of form like, suppose there is something x cube plus b x square plus c x plus d equal to 0. So the maximum power in an equation is 3. That makes the equation as cubic equation. If you remember in quadratic equation, we remember that the quadratic equation looks something like ax square plus bx plus c. Here we have ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. That is a general equation for a cubic equation. Now, if you remember, I told you that in linear equation, there that the power is 1. There is only one root, one value of x. In quadratic equation, we had two values of x. If you recall, alpha and beta, we calculated two roots, something like minus b plus root d upon 2a and minus b minus root d upon 2a. If you are not able to recall it, go back and watch the last video on quadratic equation. You will understand that quadratic equation has only two roots, right? In cubic equation, a cubic equation has not one but not two but three roots, alpha, beta and gamma. A cubic equation has three roots, alpha, beta and gamma. Okay. So let's talk about the importance of this topic from the exam perspective. There you can expect a lot of questions from linear equation and quadratic equation, but this cubic equation, I would put it down in the priority order 3, means you should focus more on the other two topics than focusing a lot of time on solving a lot of cubic equation question, because chances of a question coming from cubic equation is slightly low as compared to other high priority topics, right? So let's start. Suppose this equation is given to you, x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6 is equal to 0. If you remember in quadratic equation, we had a method of finding discriminant. Then what did we do? We found alpha beta by using a formula. But in cubic, there is no such formula. If you go in cubic equation, there is no direct formula of finding the three roots. So finding three roots is not so easy in cubic equation. That is why I would say the examiner is not going to ask you a lot of question on cubic equation when there is a limited time, right? So we'll see a method of finding the roots, but keep it as a low priority topic. If the equation is given to you, cubic equation, how will you find three roots? To find three roots, just note it down. One root should be known. Means if they give you a cubic equation and they will also write that one of the root of the equation is this, right? If one of the root of the equation is known, then we can find two roots easily. But if one of the root is not known, then you have to use hit and trial method to find that one root. Means suppose if one root is known to you, you will be able to find two other roots. Very high chances that examiner will give you the value of that one root, that this is the equation and one of the root is this. But if they have not given you that one root, you have to use hit and trial method to find that one root, right? How will you find that one root? Put some value of x which makes this equation 0, means which satisfies this equation. Now, suppose I put the value of x is 0. So, if I am putting the value of 0, then x cube means 0 cube minus 6 of 0 square plus 11 0 minus 6 is giving me value of minus 6, which is not 0. Hence, x is equal to 0 is not a root of the equation. I hope this is clear. Let's try with x is equal to 1. This is the way you have to check for multiple integers and hope and pray that you find that exact root early, right? Now I put in x is equal to 1, 1 cube minus 6 1 square plus 11 of 1 minus 6. This is 1 minus 6 plus 11 minus 6. This is 11 plus 1, 12 minus 6 minus 6, 12 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 is one of the roots of the equation. So noting it down here, x is equal to 1 is one of the root of the equation, means alpha is equal to 1 is known to us, beta and gamma are still not known. I hope this is clear. X is equal to 1 we were able to find by hit and trial method. Now how to find beta and gamma? Now the second step is change this cubic equation to a quadratic equation. How? Write this in this form, 6x square plus 11x minus 6. I hope you remember it like a normal division table we do. We put this equation here, and since x is equal to 1 is the root, then x minus 1 is one of the root. So put x minus 1, means if here we put x minus of alpha, means whatever alpha you were able to find, suppose you have found alpha as minus 1, then you would have put in x minus of minus 1, x plus 1. Here we are putting, at this place we are keeping x minus 1. X minus 1. Why? Because alpha is equal to 1. Now, I kept x minus 1 here. This is the original equation. Now, divide this equation. In case of quadratic equation or polynomial and such, how does the division work? This is a power of 3 and I have a power of 1. How much more power I need? I need x square here, right? So, x square into x is x cube. X square minus 1 is minus x square. I hope this is clear. Multiplying x square by x minus 1. What will you get? X cube minus x square. Now, subtract minus sign plus sign here. This will get cancelled out. I will be left with minus 5x square plus 11x. I hope this is clear. How did we do? We found x square is 1, starting with x square into x is x cube minus x square. Then we did the subtraction, changing signs. Then we got minus 5x square plus 11x. Now, we have x minus 1. I have x minus 1 with me. What do I need to make it 5x square? Don't I need 5x? Then it will make it minus 5x square. So, I will add minus 5x here. So, minus 5x multiplied by x minus 1 is minus 5x square plus 5x. I hope this is clear. Minus 5x square plus 5x. So, now subtraction, changing the sign, I will be left with minus 6x minus 6. I will just write it down here, minus 6x minus 6. Now again you have x minus 1. You want minus of 6x. What do you need? You will do multiplication with minus of 6. So, you multiply with minus 6, you will get minus 6x. Okay, minus 6x plus 6. Am I writing the equation wrong? 1 second. Okay, so 11 minus 5 is plus 6x here. I did a mistake here. 11 minus 5 is 6x minus 6. So, this will be plus sign. This will be plus sign. So, instead of minus 6, I need plus 6. I did the mistake here. So for the plus 6, what do we need? We need a plus, we need a plus 6 here to make it 6x minus of 6. I hope this is clear. So x minus 1 we have, and we need plus 6x. So how do we make plus 6x? By multiplying it by plus 6. So plus 6 multiplied by x minus 1 will give 6x minus 6. Now do the subtraction, minus of and there plus, you will get a final value of 0. I hope this is clear. So what do we have? This is the final equation we have, which is of importance to us. I hope this is clear. Now what do we see here? I will just remove this. Now let's do a quick recap. How did we do? We started with this. We did a hit and trial method. We found one root, x is equal to 1. Then we did the division method. If you are not able to recall the division method, watch the video again. It's very simple. It's very similar to the division we do in the journal, right? Now I will just remove this part and let's continue. So now I was able to find that x cube has one root of 1, and we were able to add x square minus 5x plus 6 as the another part, right? So one root is 1 and other two roots will be found from here is equal to 0. Can you find two roots from this quadratic equation? Yes, you have two methods which we discussed in the earlier video, and if you solve them, you will find two roots from this equation as 2 and 3. You can solve them, then you will find the two roots as 2 and 3. So finally, this quadratic equation has three roots, 1, 2 and 3. I hope this is clear. This method is clear. If you have any doubt, you can post them in the comments. Otherwise, in the coming videos, I will try to solve more questions of cubic equation to show you this division method if you want, right? Now, moving on. I hope this is clear. This part is very important. Generally, they will not ask you to find the roots of the equation, right? They will not ask you to find the roots of the equation. They might give you the three roots and ask you, they can also give you three roots and ask you, give me the quadratic equation. Suppose they give you three roots as 1, 2 and 3. Or they can give you some of the roots, product of the roots or some way, and ask you what is the cubic equation, right? Means, how did we do? We were given a cubic equation and we were finding roots. Now the roots are given to you. You have to find the cubic equation. How will we do it? Now, starting with, before that, there are few formulas. Do you remember? I hope you remember that in quadratic equation we have alpha plus beta, means sum of the roots is minus b by a, and product of the roots is c by a, right? This was the case in quadratic equation, but in the case of cubic equation, remember this formula that sum of roots means there are three roots. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b by a. Minus b by a means this minus, I will put it as minus b by a. I hope this is clear. Means the coefficient of x square by a coefficient of x cube, and that will be minus b by a, right? Now, this is another thing. In case of cubic, we could also be given that product of roots in the pairs. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, the product of roots in pair ka sum will be c by a. This c by a. I hope this is clear. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b by a. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is c by a. But if alpha, beta and gamma product of three roots is minus d by a. Always remember the sign, minus plus minus. So alpha plus beta plus gamma was minus b by a. alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha was plus C by A means minus plus minus. Alpha beta gamma is D by A. I hope this is clear. Yes. Now moving on. Suppose three roots are given to you. They have given you alpha is equal to 1 is one of the roots, beta second means 2 is second root and 3 is the third root. How form a quadratic equation, cubic equation in such a form. Remember when there were two roots given, that x minus alpha and x minus beta, the product of these two brackets was a quadratic equation. In case of cubic equation, x minus alpha multiply x minus beta multiply x minus gamma is equal to 0 is the cubic equation, required cubic equation. Or in our case, x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 is the required cubic equation. You can solve it by multiplying these two brackets first and then finally multiplying by this. This is first method. If three roots are given to you, then how to find a cubic equation? This is another way of finding this by using sum of the product pair and product, right? So if alpha is 1, beta is 2 and gamma is 3. If this is the case, first tell me alpha plus beta plus gamma is what? Just do the summation. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is, this is sum of the roots, SOR. This is product pair is equal to 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 1. 3 into 1. This is 11. Then final have product of roots. Product of roots is alpha, beta, gamma is 3 into 2 into 1, 6. I hope this is clear. Sum of the roots we know, product of the roots we know, and product pair of the roots we know. Now, if you know these three things, the equation is x cube minus sum of the roots. I am sure you will be able to recall this from quadratic equation. We have this formula x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots. I hope you are able to recall it from the quadratic equation. Here we have x cube minus sum of the root into x square plus product pair into x minus, just remember the sign, minus plus minus product of root into nothing equal to 0, right? X cube minus, what is the sum of the roots? 6x square plus product pair is 11 plus 11x minus product of the roots is 6 is equal to 0. I hope this is clear. This is another way of finding the equation if three roots are given. And if you want to compare it, we have already calculated the roots of such equation here. This is the equation. We were able to find the roots 1, 2 and 3. Now, three roots are given to us. We were able to find a cubic equation from this. I hope this is clear. Now, that's all for this video. Again, if you check the previous year question, not many cubic equation questions are given to you. So that is why don't waste a lot of time on this. You just have to know that if the equation is given to you of cubic form, it will have three roots, alpha, beta and gamma. And second thing, finding roots is a difficult method, but still you have to know, because the examiner, rather than asking you to find a three solution, they will give you one of the roots of the equation is this, means one of the root of the equation is 1, find the other two. This is the question they could ask you. So that is why the division method comes into play. And the third thing, sum of the roots, we were able to tell that alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b by a. Product pair, I hope it is now clear, this is plus c by a, and product of roots, that is minus d by a. And if such three roots are given to you, you can also find the cubic equation of which these three are the roots. I hope this is clear. Now that completes our cubic equation video. Not many questions have been asked, so I have not put a lot of questions here, just for you to keep these things in mind if any question from the cubic equation comes in. After this, we are going to do logarithms. Logarithms, I will keep them to minimal basic so that if they ask you some question, I am pretty sure they will ask you very basic question on logarithm. So you should be able to solve the logarithm question. And after that, that's the final topic comes in, that is set theory. Very, very important, because every paper, if you are familiar with the sets, you should be able to solve at least 5 questions. 5 to 6 questions will come in the exam. You should be able to solve 80% of them. And very important topic from algebra. Okay, that concludes our video for cubic equation. We'll meet you in the next video on the logarithms. Thank you and best of luck.